Hello everyone. Today I'd like to do a little demonstration and kind of show how to properly set up the Mamiya roll film holder Model K, which fits the Mamiya Universal, also the Press 23, and maybe a couple other Mamiya cameras. This is a multi-format holder that you can convert to use for either a 6x9 film format, a 6x6, or a 6x4.5 film format, which is pretty handy if you are so inclined to change formats. So let's take it out of the box here and see what we got. So this is the holder itself. You can see this one's pretty new. It's real new actually. I bought it from a seller on Etsy, and I'm thinking that it's never been used actually. Everything is just like new, and it's a pretty old one that's never been used. It's in really good shape. Nice and shiny and no scuff marks on it. I was really happy to get this in the mail. It's a real good unit. So besides this, of course, if you find one of these, hopefully there'll be instructions for you. Although these instructions are, they leave a lot to be desired, and I mean, it'll tell you how to use it, but it's not real clear. To me, it wasn't real clear. Maybe it will be to somebody else. So we'll put that off to the side. Here you also get the mask to help you convert to the film format you want. This one is the mask for the 2 1/4 square right here, and that's what we're going. This is what I'm going to use today. This one right here. And you also get the mask for the 6x4.5 right here. We'll put that one aside over here. And now, if you wanted to use 6x9, that's what this comes with. I mean, if you want to shoot 6x9 negatives, you don't have to do anything. Just put the film in here and drop it on your camera. This is a 6x9 opening right here. Generally, the Universal camera, the Mamiya Universal setup for 6x7, usually comes with a 6x7 holder. But if you want bigger images, this is the way to do it right here. You can either buy a 6x9 back, or you can buy the Model K, which gives you a variety of choices. So it's got 6x9, you got the square format right here, and if you wanted to use 6x4.5, there's that one right there. So we're going to use this one today. These are fitting on the reverse side of your viewfinder, so it masks the viewfinder to give you the right view when you're looking through the viewfinder. And this is probably, in my opinion, the weakest part of the whole package, and we'll get into that a little bit here in just a bit. So we're going to put this over here, and this is also part of this. If you want to use 6x4.5, this little thing right here clips into that the square hole there, and it gives you a vertical rectangle for 6x4.5. We're not going to use that today, so we'll put it over here also. Now, so let's see if we can real quickly here show you how to do this. So if you'll notice, this has some folded areas right here. They fold in on both sides. According to the instructions, those folded areas go towards the dark slide. You can see the dark slide right there. And I'm just leaving it in there. I don't have film in here, but I'm leaving it in anyway. So those folded areas go towards the dark slide. And it's a pretty simple procedure to put this in, usually, except probably when you're trying to film it. Anyway, so what you do is you slide it in one edge there, and then you just bow it just a little bit. Oops, hang on. You just slide it in on one end and bow it a little bit, and then I'll give it one more try. Hello? Hello? All right. That's how it's supposed to go in. It's got little wings on each end, one little wing on each end that fits into a slot on each side here. You just have to bow it just a little bit. Usually it goes in easier than that, but I'm doing it kind of upside down and backwards here for this video. So that's in. That's all you have to do there. Now you're set up so that when you put film in the back, you're going to be taking a square, you get a square image. Now, the next step is to get your camera. I have mine here. I have the Mamiya Universal right here. So these go on. You'll see the back has, you see these little wing nut things here on the side. Those move, and you can see where they, when you do that, it goes up to hold your back in place. You have to have them square with the lines here. Then you just slip this in. The back has a little groove in it right here, right at the very top. So you slide that in. There's a little lip right here. Slide that into the lip like that. And then you got to line up those. I'm having a hard time lining them up, but using the viewfinder of the camera. So you put that right there. I'm going to have to turn it back here. This, like I said, this is a new back. Everything is tight here. So then once you get it in there, you just flip those around, and there's your back. It's held in firmly like that. That's what holds your back in on the Universal and the Press 23. So now you're all set there. Now this is the part that kind of I don't like right here. So this here, this covers this area right here of your camera. It's gonna just lay right across here, and you'll see if you get it here, it gives you a square. It crops down your viewfinder to a square format or whatever else you would like. If you're using the 6x9, you don't have to do anything here. You just use the guidelines inside the viewfinder. But if you're using a square or a 6 by 4.5, you have to use these. So I'm going to show you how this works. And like I said, I'm not real happy. There's microscopic imaginary little indent right here. I mean, it is almost have to use your imagination to see it. And the way this is designed, this spring, the end of it right here, is supposed to go into that slot. It's real questionable if it does. So what you do is, I don't know how to best to explain this, but this lays right down here, like this, in this camera, right over that. And then I lift up on this spring and then get it all flush, and I push it in. I push down on this right here, and I don't know. I'm not happy with that. I think if it was me, well, it is gonna be me, and I'm probably gonna do this. Once I get that put in there, I'm not gonna be ashamed to put a little gaffer tape here and there just to hold it in, because I don't spend all my time in the studio taking pictures. I'm out walking around through the woods and stuff, and I would sure hate, I'd never find that if it dropped out while I was walking around. So yeah, I think for a safeguard, I'm probably gonna tape that in. Anyway, so that is in, and you are all ready to shoot square format pictures, 2 1/4, 2 1/4. All you have to do is flip it over and put it in your film. On the back of this, you'll see some little slides. So if you're going to be using 6x9, you open up that, you got a red window there, and you watch for your numbers. You put the roll of film in, and you roll it slowly with this little knob here, and until you see the number 1 gets centered in that window. And then you can close it if you feel like you're afraid it's getting too much light, but I don't worry about that too much. And if you're using 6x6, same thing. The window is over here. Put the film in, roll it until the number 1 is centered there. Same thing, close the window, 6.4.5, same exact thing. So we're doing square 6x6, so we would open up that window right there. This, and all we have to do is put in the film. I'm not gonna show you that right now. I'm just basically showing you how this works. So yeah, we're all set. We're all set. If you had your film in there, you wind it to 1 there, and you're all set to take pictures with this setup right here. It's pretty slick, I think, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go take a roll of 12 pictures with this and see what happens, because I've never shot. I haven't shot square format much, and I want to try it with this camera. Anyway, if you have any questions about this back, you can look it up. There's not a whole lot on the internet, I've looked, but there is the back. That's what it is right there, and that's what you look for. Sometimes I was lucky to find this on Etsy. You can find them, but sometimes they're not in good shape like this one is. There you go, folks. The Mamiya Model K back. Simple to use, and it should work just fine for you. Thanks for stopping by.